what is happening right now in the halls of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Gerry?
Rich, anything Aaron Rodgers said is not anything different than the Steelers have known all along. I think the only caveat that publicly it was stated was the personal issues that he has in his life. Is he considering retirement? But maybe he told the Steelers about the personal issues too. But in terms of him taking his time, they've known that all along. They said it from the get-go. They know he told them he's going to take his time. Art Rooney said they are willing to wait. He says, we're not going to wait for forever. I don't know when forever is, but their offer hasn't changed. It's been on the table. It's a 1-year deal. I can't tell you exactly what the number is, but it's not anything that's going to blow somebody away. And they're basically waiting for him to make the decision, and they are willing to wait. But anything he said yesterday was not any surprise to the Steelers. And let's face it, there's basically one team, and the other option is retirement. So we'll see what he chooses. But as we all know from Aaron Rodgers, who knows when and what that will be.
So if it's just a 1-year offer on the table for Rodgers, Gerry, that clearly means whatever Rodgers said on McAfee's show doesn't affect their draft plans. Would that be accurate?
That is correct. That is correct. They are proceeding along. Rich, I firmly believe that they are all in on the quarterback in 2026 based on what I hear and what I've been told. And they will have extra draft capital next year between all the comp picks they will get, the 3rd and 4th round picks they should get. I believe that's when they will make a deal to get an extra number 2 next year. And now all of a sudden you can package an extra number 2 and maybe a 3 and a 4 and swap ones to move up to a position where you can get, one of the quote marquee quarterbacks. Now, I mean, look, I know other guys have emerged from the bottom of the draft and even later. Tom Brady, of course, being the classic example. Joe Montana, another. But those aren't the norm. And so I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Steelers won't take a quarterback. It's in the conversation, but it's only in the conversation if the other areas that they want to address early in the 1st round, particularly defensive line, doesn't work out for them. I don't see that happening, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're not going to take that they won't take a quarterback.
Well, again, Cam Ward's going 1st overall, as we all assume, I think appropriately. There won't be any, ass in you and me. So that means if the Steelers are sitting there at 21 and they have every other quarterback available for them to draft, they won't do it? You don't think?
No, I think it's all going to be contingent on what defensive linemen are there. There's 3 of them that they like. There's 4, but they understand that Mason Graham will be gone early. But, you have Walter Nolan, you have Derek Harmon, you have Kenneth Grant, the other big kid from Michigan. I will tell you, Rich, that they have a 1st round grade on Jackson Dart, and they really like Shedeur Sanders, despite whatever post was put out there that he had a terrible meeting. It did not go well. Nothing could be further from the truth. They like the guy. They had a great meeting with him. They think obviously he's ultra athletic, as we all know. But I will also say this: if they had the number 1 pick in the draft, they wouldn't draft Shedeur Sanders. If that helps with any analysis or thought process you or anyone else might have. But that doesn't mean at 21, if certain other guys aren't there, that he won't be in the conversation. Not saying they're going to throw the switch on him, but there will at least be a conversation with him and Jackson Dart. But, if you're looking for a pecking order, Rich, I will tell you, best I can tell, the way they want to approach the draft is defensive line, running back, wide receiver, and quarterback. And you could throw a cornerback in there somewhere. But they are not going into the draft with the idea of we need to get ourselves a quarterback in the 1st round. And I do think to a degree, Rich, I think they're still spooked by the whole Kenny Pickett evaluation. They took what was the best quarterback of a very average draft class. And I don't think they want to make that mistake again. And that's why I think, all their eggs are in the basket 2026.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.